Sometimes you might not even realize that you have a broke mindset, but it can show up in the little things you do, such as the way you say something or the way you explain why you can't do certain activities. And it can sound really harmless, but over time, that type of thinking can keep you stuck because you might start to think that you can't do any better. So here's a day-by-day breakdown of things that you're gonna do over the next 30 days to kind of flip it. And if you get to the end of the month and feel that you still have some work to do, just start over. So on day 1, you're gonna write down your definition of wealth and no numbers allowed. Because wealth isn't just about numbers, okay? It can also be about freedom, about peace, or about choices. And redefining it helps break the mindset that having more is always the answer. Day 2, every time you catch yourself thinking, I'm broke, you're gonna switch it to, I'm building. The words you use shape the way you see yourself. And if you're constantly calling yourself broke, your mind is gonna think, I'm stuck. And you're not stuck. You're in the middle of your comeback. Day 3, list 5 things you already have that you once wished for. This gives you a little perspective, and gratitude reminds you that you're already growing. And scarcity can't survive when you're aware of your wins. On day 4, you're gonna unfollow one account that makes you feel behind. Comparison feeds broke thinking, so you have to protect your mental space. Day 6, set a money win jar. So every time you hit a small goal, put $5 or $10 in the jar. Day 7, write down one belief about money that you want to unlearn. And this is key because broke mindsets are sometimes inherited and not chosen. Day 8, stop saying I can't afford it and say it's not my priority. This puts you back in power and you decide where your money goes. On day 9, we're gonna spend 5 minutes checking your bank account with no shame because avoidance feeds anxiety, but awareness feeds authority. Day 10, choose a hobby you enjoy because joy doesn't have to be expensive. On day 11, you're gonna list 3 ways that you already practice abundance, keeping in mind that abundance doesn't always refer to money. It can also be generosity, kindness, or opportunities. On day 12, you're gonna Google at least one financial term that you don't understand because confusion can keep you stuck. Day 13, do a $0 spend day and get creative with what you already have. Day 14, write a letter to your future financially stable self. Because if you see yourself winning and you can picture it, it's gonna be so much easier to move towards that. On day 15, every time you want to buy something impulsively, wait 24 hours. Impulse spending is emotional, but giving yourself space can give you clarity. On day 16, you're gonna cancel one automatic subscription that you're not using, and then you're gonna save the savings. So going forward, every month on the same day that payment would normally come out of your account, you're gonna set up an automatic transfer of the same amount into your savings. On day 17, you're gonna find one way to add $20 to your income every week. Day 18, compliment yourself for one smart money move that you made recently. And if you've done everything on the list up to this point, you really shouldn't have an issue coming up with something. On day 19, if you haven't already, start a future me fund with only $5. Keeping in mind that small savings are not small. They're proof that you believe in your future. Day 20, watch a YouTube video or listen to a podcast about wealth mindset. On day 21, pay a bill that's due soon and then thank yourself for paying it early. Day 22, pick a money mantra for the week. And on day 23, set a savings goal that feels exciting and not stressful. And really make it fun so that it sparks energy and not dread. On day 24, pay attention and catch yourself if you start to compare your journey to someone else's. Their timeline is not yours, so you have to remind yourself that financial growth is custom made. Day 25, write down 3 non-material ways that you can measure success. Because money is not the whole story, and if you think that it is, you might never be satisfied. And on day 26, you're going to track every dollar you spend today because awareness gets you one step closer to better decisions. Day 27, set a 10-minute timer and then organize one messy financial area. Order creates peace and peace makes room for better decisions. On day 28, say out loud throughout the day, I am capable of building the life that I want because self-belief will outlive setbacks every single time. On day 29, list 3 new things you believe about money after this month. And on day 30, celebrate. So acknowledge or share with someone one broke mindset that you've left behind. Acknowledging the old you can let the new you take over and make better decisions.